Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Aini Shazwani binti Muhammad Idris, metric number 118213. Today, I would like to present to you about CanSlim for a company which is Asian Pac Holdings Berhad. Before we go further, let's get to know about Asian Pac Holding Berhad. Or we can say also Asia Pac. Asia Pac is incorporated in 1913. Basically, this company is based on property development and investment in Malaysia. Asia Pac is a company listed on the main board of Bursa Malaysia. The company obtains revenue from property development segment, which is engaged in the development of residential and commercial properties. What is CanSlim? CanSlim, created by investor business daily William J. O'Neill, is a system for selecting growth stocks using a combination of fundamental and technical analysis techniques, which is acronyms refers to current earnings, annual earnings growth, news, supply and demand, leader and laggard, institutional investor, and also market direction. Okay, let's see for the first element, which is current earnings. What is current earnings? Current earnings are the net income or loss of the business. It can come out annually or quarterly. It can be obtained from annual report that obligated to all public listed company to prepare it. As we can see here, this is the graph that shows the financial performance for Asia Pac. In the first quarter, in June 2020, Asia Pac had reduction of 190% in net income compared to the previous quarter, but Asia Pac managed to achieve net profit on the second quarter and the third quarter also, which is RM 3,367,000 and 21,909,000 respectively. Asia Pac gained profit on the third quarter in December 2020, whereby the profit increased to more than 500% compared to the previous quarter. Now, let's move to the second element for CanSlim, which is annual earnings growth. Annual earnings are the income that a company obtains for the current year. Annual earnings represents a trend of sustainable growth of stock. This graph bar shows the financial performance, the annual financial performance for Asia Pac. Asia Pac experienced a decline in net income as stated on the graph above. There was a significant decrease in net profit from 2020 to 2021. The net income has dropped from 49,327,000 to 19,846,000. The declination have been affected to the earning per share for the company, whereby the earning per share for 2021 has dropped to RM1.91 per share. For the third element, which is news or new product or new management. News or new product directly or indirectly can be catalyst for a company. According to the founder of this CanSlim, William J. O'Neill, new product or new management and new hikes a company requires a trigger for a solid climb in prices. Based on the news here, it tells Asia Pac is one of the companies that has a good momentum at Bursa Malaysia. This news is highlighting stocks with a build-up in trading volume and price. It tells investors and shareholders which stocks are seeing higher than normal volume and price movements. The stock price may rise up or go down, but the positive momentum can be as an indicator and give a better idea to investors of when the stock is worth to invest. Now, let's move to supply and demand. Supply and demand of shares in the market is crucial to determine the price movement of a stock. If there are more people want to sell the stock rather than buy it, there would be a greater supply over demand, so the share price would fall. If there are more people want to buy the stock rather than sell it, so the share price will increase due to greater demand than supply. As we can see here, this is a table that shows the how many shares for Asia Pac has been sold. The daily volume here is 2,178,300 units of shares. Is lower than the average volume, which is 17,802,700. It indicates that the supply of the stock is more than the demand. So it has supply of stock, therefore it directly affected the share price, whereby the price has been falling. Now let's see to the next part, which is leader and laggard. What is leader? Leader can be defined as a stock that is the first to move in a market upsurge or downturn, which means which stock will show the growth first. A stock that is underperforming as compared to its relative benchmark or other stock is named as a laggard, and it will have a low average return than the market. Asia Pac is included in the penny stocks and property sectors. Stocks that correlated with Asia Pacs are MK Land, BDB, FBM's CAP, and also IBHD. But for the comparison in the graph above, FBM's CAP is not included because the stock is non-Sharia compliant. And for the graph, it shows the stock do not have a significant difference in growth. However, MK Land is the leader and Asia Pac is laggard because it has lower growth. It has lower growth compared to MK Land. Next, we go to the next part, which is institutional investor. According to the Securities Commission of Malaysia, institutional investors are the asset owners and asset managers with equity holdings in corporations listed on Bursa Malaysia. Investors company are corporations listed on Bursa Malaysia. For Asia Pac, there is an institution that has invested to this company, which is OCBC Securities Private Limited. The adjusted float for Asia Pac is 89.6%, which means there are many retailers rather than investors that hold big portion of shares. If there any movement in price, so the price would not fluctuate rapidly in a short period. Now let's see to the last element in CAN-SLIM, which is market direction. Market direction is a technical analysis. There are three types of market direction, which are uptrend, downtrend, and consolidation, which is sideways. Stock purchases preferably be done when the market is growing, and defensive action must be taken when the market falls. This graph is regarding the share price movement for Asia Pac holdings per head. There are two lines here, which is the blue line indicates for long-term period, and the second one for orange line indicates for a short-term period. As we can see here, for long-term period, the market direction for Asia Pac is downtrend. Meanwhile, for the short-term period is having an uptrend market. From the market direction also, investor will know whether they still need to hold their stock or sell it immediately due to the price drop, because it will prevent the investor or trader from having a significant loss. In conclusion, CAN-SLIM analysis insists us to be picker in selecting stock before we make any purchase. It is because it will prevent from investor or traders suffer significant loss. Next, the elements of the company score that the company performed just now is current earnings, new product and new management, and also institutional investor. The outcomes of three elements are positive, and it shows the stock is having good performance in those elements. So it is preferred In my opinion, it is preferred to invest on the stock, but only for short-term investment, because as we can see, the market direction for short terms is uptrend. However, it is not suggested for long-term investment due to downtrend market. Now we come to the end. That's all from me. Thank you.